I'm speaking human.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everyone.
Are we live?
We are live, live and direct.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. How's it going, everyone?
And we got a bunch
Uh,
of people in the chats too.
yeah. We got lots of updates for you guys coming your way. Look, Folks, I called messing up in a panic earlier today. I said we have to live stream. There's some giant updates. We need to bring you guys some gorgeous high probability setups that we want to mention. Lots of very interesting coins on our radar. In fact, I'm also going to be buying into one of these coins that we will be talking about on this live stream. So yes, smash that like button, subscribe, hit that bell icon, share, let the people know. If you know anyone who wants to make money in crypto, share this live stream. We're gonna be running through some gorgeous high probability setups, and I'm gonna be buying one of these on live stream here. So make sure you stay tuned.
There you go.
Yeah, man. So look, there's so much to talk about here. Bitcoin's doing some interesting stuff. We're above that 50 SMA. What do you think's going on?
I think a bunch of things going on. So yesterday was pretty scary, I'll be honest. Yesterday, Bitcoin was sitting at, somewhere it looks like it wasn't really trying to move above the 50 SMA. But, 2 days ago. And yesterday, we actually ended up at the end of the day maintaining that level above it. So it's pretty good right now. We're seeing, we're just hugging it for a bit, trying to see what happens. But I think that's why the whole market is just moving, man. I think there's not everything is moving at the moment, but it's definitely a bit of a positive sentiment right now. 2 days ago, it wasn't.
Yes. And okay, looking at this daily price structure here for Bitcoin, this is actually pretty interesting, the story this is telling. Okay. So we got above our 50 SMA, which has been historically an extremely relevant support level. We can see two of the major corrections Bitcoin has had this cycle. We found support on our 50 SMA. We broke below it, went back up, retested it, fell back down lower, went back up, retested it, got rejected. We finally got above it for a little while, but we were seeing such weak candles. Look at this neutral candle here, followed by this bearish candle, long with the upside. This looked extremely weak. We had a large red-bodied candle down, but what happened after? Immediately a bullish engulfing candle, and we're right back above. So what is this telling us? That sellers are trying to drive this market, and the bulls are like, it's not happening.
Right.
And immediately got bought back up.
Yeah.
So right now we're basically in between this super tight range, kind of 57,000 to 50 SMA, and kind of 59,000, 58,000 acting as resistance. So what I'm kind of saying here with Bitcoin is, as soon as we get a daily candle body get above, I'd say 58,000, that's our cue that we could see probably bullish continuation with Bitcoin, because we still haven't had a candle body get above 58,000. So if we get that daily close above that, that should be our cue that something here has changed.
Definitely. And something to keep in mind, I would say, right now, it is obviously a bit stagnating, right? For the past, if you go back, for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost 8, 9 days, Bitcoin's been struggling around that level. I wouldn't say struggling as in like, hey, it's a bit more bearish, but it's just more like everyone's anticipating the same exact thing. And then at the end of the day here on May 3rd, we saw this. This is typically a very, bearish candle, still not fully bearish, still some power to the buyers, but it's telling you that the sellers were right there waiting to just drive it back down. But if you look at the 4-hour here, the 4-hour I think is painting a really good picture of how this is playing out so far. This is the 50 SMA still locked on the daily, so we are currently above it. That's why you're not seeing extending all the way here, because it's still taking the prices from yesterday. But you'll see here how yesterday we tried to go above, broke above it, came back down, actually retested it, and boom, right away a very nice bearish candle just going through this range over here. So what we're thinking here, obviously we'd like Bitcoin to continue above the 50 moving average, but even if we go all the way down here and continue to make those higher lows as we move forward. So right now you can easily see how, we have a low here. This is just like, it's just somewhere in the middle, but this is another higher low. And right now, if Bitcoin maybe just goes down a bit here again, maybe finds that support at the 200 EMA on the 4-hour and makes that higher low again, then somewhere here, it would be amazing to see Bitcoin actually close above. Like, I want to see Bitcoin exactly close above this one right here, or go above to test it at the 58,900. So it's pretty obvious that the 60,000 is where it's at. That's where majority of the sell orders are sitting at the moment. But anything where we continue to see Bitcoin here, the more time we wait, the more critical it gets. And even though it looks like, it is, sellers are in the market, but buyers as well are in the market. So It's pretty nice to see right now, man. I really, we just need to wait for a bit. We need to be a bit patient with Bitcoin right now. But as soon as this breaks out, man, then I think Bitcoin dominance is gonna start going up. I think everything's gonna start like really pulling out because Bitcoin dominance right now is sitting at 45. So we continue to retrace, for the past couple of days, and I think Bitcoin is gonna still take that shine if we break above those levels.
Yes, no, I agree. And look, folks, we're gonna delve into kind of these low cap gems here and these high probability setups that are about to break out. But we need to understand what's going on with Bitcoin. Okay, Bitcoin leads the market. Ultimately, we want a healthy Bitcoin. The higher Bitcoin goes over long term, the higher the ceiling for the altcoins. And a lot of what you're saying is 100% valid here. I do think we're forming that bit of a ascending triangle here. Now, something to keep in mind here is we actually are forming these, like just like you said, these higher lows. We're even on the daily here, constantly getting higher lows, but we're testing the exact same resistance level. And what happens when we keep testing a level over and over and over again? So we're seeing higher lows, so the selling pressure is lessening, but we keep getting rejected off the same place. The more times we test a resistance level, the more likely we are to break through. And we keep testing this $59,000 resistance level. And I think eventually we're likely to break through. I think we have maybe less than a week, 5 or so days before Bitcoin breaks out of this ascending triangle. And we're going to know whether we're going to start seeing those moves to the upside or a further leg down. And like you were saying too, I think if we do have a leg down, if we do lose that 50 SMA, I think probably we're falling down to that VPVR point of control just under 55,000. I'd say 54,900, 55,000 is probably where we fall back down to, because that's where there was a lot of volume building up. So
Definitely.
that's going on with Bitcoin. You got any final thoughts there?
No, just one thing before I know you got a bunch of coins you want to talk
No,
about
please,
with all
please.
the breakouts, but I see a question here. Are you guys Bitcoin maximalists? No, we're not, but
No.
we do recognize the effect that Bitcoin has on the market, and that's the thing. The more you got, the more data points you got in your analysis, the better well-rounded analysis it is. And I think Bitcoin obviously is one of those things where you absolutely have to take into account when you're looking at the crypto market. Now it's sometimes losing that effect, but overall still that's where it's at the moment, and it just helps you forecast whatever's going to happen. But you're right, that's where we're looking. One thing I want to add specifically besides this before we just get
Yep.
into it, just
Sure.
yesterday's scandal is very telling. It wasn't really just I'll just switch to my screen here real quick before I'll just pass it along to you. But if this is what we're looking at here, yesterday, the fact that we dropped heavily, right, a couple of days ago, all the way from the 57,150 all the way down to the 53,240. The next day, it wasn't just we're just pulling back up 30%, 40%, 50%. No, we went and just fully slashed through that range and went above this previous open. So that to me is pretty good to see. But then again, with everything we just added, with everything we just talked about, Bitcoin could still fall right here, so keep that in mind. But even if it falls, we still have some sort of leeway, because it's telling you, look, this is a very important level. The 50 SMA is a very important level. But then again, we could be trying, Bitcoin's trying to do some unconventional things. We're seeing that maybe this bull cycle, or this pullback up with Bitcoin could be different than 2017, and it could be that, hey, look, forget about the technicals now. This thing wants to really go up. So that's I guess the last thing I want to say. But I'll just switch to your screen. I know you got a bunch of things you want to talk about. So let's start.
Yeah, sure. I got a few things just to finish up there on Bitcoin. So one thing is, I actually don't even like Bitcoin. I don't own any Bitcoin. I think it's silly to own Bitcoin when there's Ethereum out there. Ethereum is just as safe and has higher ROI potential. But that's just me, not financial advice. But regardless of that, you need to understand what Bitcoin is doing. You need to track Bitcoin. You need to understand how it affects the rest of the market, because it does affect the rest of the market. It's the thing that raises the ceiling on the rest of the alts. If Bitcoin goes to 100,000 or 300,000 this year, that's going to highly affect the altcoin market. So even if you don't like Bitcoin or own any Bitcoin, you need to follow it and understand what it's doing, because it's going to affect the altcoin market.
Definitely.
So
let us know what you think, guys, in the chat. Do you agree or disagree with this? But let's go ahead. There's a bunch of things here we got to talk about.
Yes. So, folks, without further ado, let's start talking about these kind of low cap gems, high probability setups. There's a bunch of gorgeous charts that we need to delve into. But before we do us that favor, like, subscribe, comment, share, hit that bell icon notified of new uploads, share the live stream. We really appreciate it. Without further ado, let's start talking about these projects. I want to start off with Chainlink here. Folks, I've been asking myself this question as of late. If I had, more money to put into crypto, or if I had $1,000, sitting around and I wanted to put into crypto, what would I do with it? I was, and in terms of safe plays, I personally think that over the long term, Chainlink is probably one of your best bets right now. Okay, we're forming a bunch of macro patterns that we're breaking up bullishly out of. This wedge broke up bullishly, ascending triangle broke up bullishly. We're ripping up. Again, I would want to wait for a bit of a pullback and consolidation before I got in personally. But one of the reasons why I'm so bullish on Chainlink right now is the Chainlink Bitcoin pairing. If we look at a weekly chart of Chainlink here, we can see that for the last several weeks, last several months, we've been consolidating and losing against Bitcoin. So while all this has been happening, Chainlink has been ripping up while it's been losing against Bitcoin. It is finally breaking up bullishly, making higher highs, getting above key resistance levels. So what could Chainlink do now if it's gaining against Bitcoin? And if we kind of take a look at the top 15 or so coins out there, what's ahead of Chainlink here? We have Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, XRP, and Dogecoin. Again, if you've seen the live streams, you know what I'm about to say here. Those are all projects I think have no business being ahead of Chainlink. So I think Chainlink over the long term could comfortably move up maybe 3 or 4 spots in terms of the market cap ranking. And again, looking at the charts, we're seeing a lot of strength with Chainlink. So I'm very bullish on Chainlink long term. Do you got any thoughts here, man, with Chainlink?
No, I definitely do. I mean, like for the past couple of days, I would say not even all the way since April 25th, we know exactly what the levels. We have a 4-month-old support line that we can see where Chainlink has been finding the support at. Buyers are coming in more aggressive. It's not really that aggressive, but it's not until this uptrend that we had. But overall, you can see steadily going sideways. When it pushes back up comfortably, goes back down, tries to find those EMAs again, finds the support. This guy again breaks above this level over here at the $36.50, comes back down again to the level again. Right now we just keep on pushing. I do think it is and this for the short term. Obviously we're all bullish right now on Chainlink, but I do think somewhere there up within the $60-$70 range does make sense for Chainlink at the moment, and I think we're heading there slowly, but along the way we got a couple stops we gotta wait for. And like you said, I think there is some sort of a top at the moment on a short term. So if we're looking at getting into Chainlink, I think it's still gonna maybe go down to retest these levels again. But eventually, somewhere between from the 50 all the way to the $60 region is the next target for Chainlink. But we just need to see a bit of that pullback, and as soon as we get to those levels again, we're just gonna see a lot of that that market cap continue to increase over time. But right now, if you're looking at Chainlink, you're trying to start putting in, or maybe dollar cost averaging your way into it. I think soon enough here, Chainlink is gonna start continuing to move sideways or go down a bit. And the way I would go about it, it's at $47. So every couple of dollars that it goes down, I'm not gonna put my whole portfolio in it, but maybe put 20 or 10%, 15%, depending on how far down it goes. But again, you still need to do your own research. You still need to see how confident or comfortable you are in putting all your money in this. There's, again, not financial advice, but just our analysis on the market, and anything could happen. Bitcoin could fall tomorrow, and this whole thing can just drop down. But when Bitcoin is kind of doing good, there's a bit of positive sentiment in the market. You start seeing a lot of those altcoins continue to behave in a more technical way, right? And then the news comes up for certain things, project developments, whatever their team is doing, also adds to the chart as well. But so it's pretty bullish right now, just waiting on a bit of a pullback, and I'll be definitely adding more as well.
Yeah, so a few things here. So we hit one of our Fibonacci extension levels. We were saying back in the low $40 range that we were going to very likely hit that $50 range. That's exactly what happened. But we are quite a bit overextended. We had a large impulse up, haven't really had a pullback. We're seeing here on the 6-hour, even if we go to the 4-hour here, we're seeing that weakness, bearish cross over the MACD. We're very much overbought. So I would want to wait for more of a pullback. Don't FOMO, people. Again, I like to buy the red. I like to buy the fear. Don't chase green candles. Don't chase pumps. This is great fundamental project, but I would personally want to wait for that pullback. See, we have a bunch of volume on top of us too. I'm leaning more kind of short-term bearish than bullish right now. I do think a little bit of a pullback is warranted. But again, we've been saying that like with Ethereum, and Ethereum's doing nothing but ripping up. So again, we are in a bull market. Coins can somewhat act irrationally. But again, it just makes logical sense. Whenever we have run up, pullback, run up, pullback, run up, pullback, we've had a run up, really haven't had that pullback yet. So if we do get that pullback, potential great buy the dip opportunity. So that's what I'm looking out for with Chainlink. Now, look, we got a lot of picks here. So why don't we maybe run through these
Let's go ahead.
a bit more. So another one that you guys brought us the other day, BTT. I'm actually not super familiar with the fundamentals, but the technicals for this thing look very interesting. I know you agree with me here.
Oh,
so,
man, I do.
Yes, this looks very interesting as a trade.
It
does. So again, very macro descending triangle, long consolidation period. So whenever we have a long consolidation period and then a bullish breakout, that bullish breakout can potentially be explosive, because the longer the base, higher in the space, the more we consolidate, the potentially bigger the breakout to the upside. Now, we did break out bullishly, but we're seeing along with the upside, we do have plenty of resistance above us. You can see here how the VPVR tells us there's a lot of resistance here, kind of at the 0.008 region. So once we flip this red box from resistance into support, I think this could, based off technical analysis, really fly.
100%. I agree. And
so,
go ahead.
Well, I'm just saying I'm definitely looking at this as a potential swing trade. Again, not too familiar with the fundamentals, but just as a trade, if we get above this region, to hold this region, I think retesting this wick here, a kind of, the 1 cent and then all-time highs, is very realistic.
No, 100%. I think the most interesting thing about it here, if you're looking at it, so this is on the daily, guys. So yesterday, ever since I would say April 25th, you've been having volume that's way below the average volume for this movement overall, and then not until yesterday and the day before, because that's your confirmation, right? And this is also as well a swing trade for me. This is not I obviously we know what Bittorrent is, but overall not fully familiar with the blockchain technology is doing at the moment, not even the project or anything, but just looking strictly at the technicals here. Yesterday, so this is what happens. We're looking at this, right? We're seeing, just like Brendan's saying, we're in a very macro descending triangle. We can tell exactly, where we're going to be reacting to, and we know where the floor is. The floor is right now at the 623 region. But one thing that, so once we put this together and we see where the resistance and support is, we know where the apex should be at. And at the apex, we wait for confirmations. We wait for break above these ranges. You can see here, overall, you're seeing a very steep drop here. And then once that's a steep drop starts to go sideways, is when you start looking for some sort of a range breakout. So we go down like this, then we start going sideways. You can clearly identify a range here. I can see where the closing prices have been really struggling to break above. I'd say somewhere at the 736 region. The floor is here. We know exactly where it's at, 625. And as soon as we get here, we start waiting for a breakout. And as soon as it breaks out, and again, yesterday was pretty good, broke out of this resistance. Clearly, we see that with a lot of nice volume. The volume was not a lot more than average, but it is more than average. And right now, we're having more than average volume as well. We are seeing that retracement. Clearly, we know that we're getting to the hard part here. The hard part is at 794 region, but your confirmation is the volume. The volume is telling you that, look, all these buyers are actually looking at the same thing you're looking at. So that's pretty good, because you can draw so many different lines. I'm pretty sure you agree. The amount of times we just get so confused. We put so many different lines. We're like, okay, out of all of these, what's the most reactive? And at the moment, you can tell here that the buyers came in based on this breakout. So that's good. And overall, we've been really upticking here ever since, April 23rd, April 25th. We're just keep going up. So our site itself as well is finding that support. It's still in the neutral, nothing much is happening. But if you go to the 4 hour, it gives you just a bit of that visibility on it. And we're closing above right now. Past 4 hours, the previous 4 hour candle, we closed above this range over here clearly. And it looks pretty good. A lot of wicks, the big wick, no problem, but we're getting to a hard part, so it is granted. But this could be a good time to maybe start accumulating, So,
I would personally want to wait for that to get above that volume, just for that extra confirmation. Because here's the thing, folks. Look, this is a breakout, a high probability setup. We're looking at this in terms of a swing trade. If we go to my screen here, I think once we get above that volume, once we get above that resistance, we could be looking at a 32 to 63% move to the upside. So this is definitely on our radar in terms of the swing trade. Look, we got more emergency updates, more breakouts. There's so many we want to just run through quick here. Folks, like, subscribe, share, hit that bell icon. We got plenty of very gorgeous looking charts right now. So if you like all that stuff, we really appreciate it here. I kind of want to move on here to Vechain because, folks, Vechain is looking immensely interesting right now. We are forming this macro descending triangle. We are seemingly breaking out bullishly out of our white trend line here that was previously acting as resistance. Although, while we're kind of, for the moment, breaking above this trend line, we have strong resistance here, kind of the 22-cent range. You can see here based off these wicks here, these candle bodies. This 22-cent range was a very price reactive zone. So once we can make a new high and kind of flip 22-cent, 22.5 cent from resistance into support, I think this is ready to absolutely fly and potentially retest all-time highs at the very least. Now, feel free to jump in here, man, but I think something we can do is draw kind of like a line here representing the height, move to the breakout point. Could we see a Vechain in the 30-cent range, 32-cent? I think so.
Good. It definitely could. And I think right now, even if we look here, so overall, you can tell even on a daily here, we've been upticking as well. Volume, still not that crazy. It's still not. We're still waiting. I think there's a bit of hesitation still because, the Vechain is very whippy. You can see that within days, you'll see huge ranges just going off and on, up and down, like it's nothing basically. So not that much volume. So you're right. Looks like, the market's still waiting on some sort of, another push. We want to see the buyers actually do jump in. Stochastic RSI and RSI are, not that great as well. Stochastic's pushing up, but the RSI itself is still in that neutral position. But overall, we can tell exactly from before. So this is our top over here. This is our next stop, and then we're supposed to actually continue to go all the way down here to the base, but we didn't. Looks like buyers were not that patient and pushed back up. So right now at this zone, exactly here at the 20 cent, 20.8 cent, we were supposed to continue to go down, and that's what Vechain is doing right now. Looks like that the buyers are in the market, and we need to continue to keep pushing for sure. But I would like to see this at the end of the day. I would like to see Vechain continue to close above the 21 cents, 21.5 cents this previous candle close. And if we successfully do that, you can see how it's kind of resisting a lot, and then there's a bit of I would say tension or friction. Yeah, we just need to see Vechain close above the 21.5 cent, or at least push all the way to the 22 cent by the end of the day. Have a nice close, and I think the closing price on the daily obviously attracts a lot more buyers. It shows you a very good strength or confidence of buy power, and yeah, so if that happens, if that stays, then I think you're right. I think those higher levels will be definitely visited by Vechain soon.
Yeah, 100%. And look, while we are breaking out, we want that confirmation of this breakout. We want to see higher high. We want to get above 22.5 cents and hold that. We want to see that extra volume come in. So if we can get at 22.5, 23 cent Vechain, and we see, volume coming in there, then that's our cue that we could probably at the very least retest all-time highs and maybe optimistically 32 cent Vechain.
Definitely. So it is making moves. But we just need to be a bit patient with it, I guess.
Yes. Now, moving on here, we got plenty of high probability setups for you guys. Again, like, subscribe, hit that bell icon, share. Luna, Terra Luna, a payment solution for crypto. Very, very interesting chart pattern. I actually really like this a lot. Descending triangle here. We broke out bullishly. We fell back down and retest the breakout point, kind of at $15.80. Held it as support. So if we can continue to hold that as support, if we can continue to remain above $15.80, $16, I think this could probably start making moves to the upside. I think kind of the key resistance range that we need to get above is $18.50. So if we can flip $18.50 from resistance into support, I think we're probably at the very least going to retest all-time highs, and probably potentially kind of the more optimistic scenario is $25, $26 for Terra for Luna here. So very interesting things here. Do you got anything to add?
One thing I would just say, just to add a bit of the, because I see on your screen you had that a bit of the bull flag that with that slanted line. But overall, if we're looking at it this way as well, we can clearly see where the resistance is and clearly where the support is. So that's for sure. And overall, we're seeing that as soon as we broke above, so typically you'll have a bit of that bull flag. We get into a downward channel, and you'd wait on some sort of it is a bull flag. So if you're uptrending into this downward channel, then you're expected, or the market is expecting, to go an uptrend out of it. So one thing that we can actually, I guess, continue to maybe pay attention to is this level exactly at the 15.9 or the $16 region. So if it does maintain this line, the support is pretty good. Now, usually we don't like to see it continue to stay there a lot. It just tells you that, you know what, we had a breakout. Usually you'd have a breakout, you come back down to retest exactly that breakout point, and you want it to just right away continue to move. You want some momentum behind it, right? And it looks like if we continue to maintain this 100%, I'm way more than bullish on Luna. But also, if we're saying here, if it starts to maybe peek through below it, then it's a different story. And you got to see the fact that we've been really hovering around it a lot, which is something, you know, we just need to kind of pay attention to and see how it plays out. Because, you know, after that breakout, we didn't see that massive just run up right away, which we typically see with this pattern. So it's pretty nice, man. I think there's a lot of potential behind it, but just need to make sure that this level is maintained.
Yes, you're 100% correct. There's a lot of potential here, but just like you're saying, if we start to break down below $16, $15.80, if we start to make a new lower low, then this bullish breakout could be completely invalidated. So we need to wait to see if we can maintain this level. We need to wait to see if we can get above major resistance and hold that as support. If we can, that will serve as confirmation of the bullish trend reversal, and we can be confident that we're going to see more moves to the upside as long as we hold this base and get above resistance. So that's what's going on with Terra Luna. I like the fundamentals of this thing, and the chart looks very good. So yeah, that's what we're looking out for. Again, in some one approach you could take to even trading or you know, dollar cost averaging your way into this thing, if you're a long-term investor, you could potentially, again, I'm not telling you what to do, but just kind of talking about my approach, I could even buy in now and set my stop loss at kind of, you know, 1490, just below this base here. You know, that could be a stop loss of you know, a couple percentage points. Yeah, maybe 10%, 8% stop loss, which, you know, maybe for some people is wide, but that is one approach. But again, if you want to play this extra safe, wait to see if we can break up bullshit, get above major resistance, and then in that case you can be more confident that
there we go. There we go. And I just saw one comment here. Josh was saying, more live stream with my advisors. No, we're not. No, we're not. It's a trap. But no, that's what it is. Look, we just
are you a YouTube rep? Is that?
I don't know what it is. I think he's a spy, man. I think he's been trying to get us to say something here. But no, it's yeah. So that we just share our analysis. You know, at the end of the day, whatever we think is interesting, whatever you guys might like, then obviously, you know, just take a look at it. We just shine the light on it, and then if you're confident enough, or you think it's a good opportunity for you as well. You know, a lot of people like to buy some of those coins at a very, you know, discounted price. If it's going down, or if it's going up, then, you know, they just want to see where the top is and the bottom is. So, you know, the fundamentals drive the uptrend and that success. The market cap for a coin and the technicals just show you basically where we're gonna stop or lag for a bit. So it's just an interesting dynamic, I guess. But yeah, so the screen is on you, man. I know you got a bunch of other more stuff.
Folks, look, we haven't even gotten to the best parts yet. There's some beautiful low cap gems that we think, you know, there's signs that they're bottoming out, that I'm invested in, I think I have a very good chance of doing very well over the long term. Folks, hit that like button, subscribe, share if you like this live stream. We got more beautiful setups for you guys, so please help us out, do us that favor, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. So moving on, I hate dwelling on these high caps, but these high caps have such high probability shifts. We have some low caps for you guys, but let's finish up with Kusama here. This is another kind of high cap that I really like, that I own, and looks very interesting right now. So let's talk about what's happening here. There's kind of a theme. We're seeing a lot of long consolidation periods, a lot of descending triangles / potential bull flags, and we're seeing breakouts here. So Kusama is forming kind of this, you know, maybe bull flag, descending triangle, whatever way you call this. You can clearly draw a trend line here that was acting as resistance. We got above it, but we have major resistance above us, again, acting as resistance. That's not letting us break out. So we have a fib level paired with volume right above us at kind of, you know, 438, 440, acting as resistance. So if and when Kusama can flip this range here from, again, 438 to kind of 440, maybe even 450, because we can see there's a lot of volume there too. If we can flip that range from resistance into support, I think we're at the very least retesting all-time highs.
Definitely.
Which would be, let's say you wait for the confirmation, wait if we can get above 450, how much percentage move to the upside, just the all-time highs. You could see a 24% move to the upside if you wait for that confirmation. So you got any thoughts here?
No, I think you pretty much summed it out. I would just say, yeah, if we're actually trying to get into this, looks like it is trying to move upward. But again, if we're waiting on confirmation, I would say wait for a nice above average volume. Because it looks like, the stochastic RSI, the RSI itself, the strength looks like it is, it has quite some weight to continue to go up. So that's pretty good. Looks like we are breaking, we're range bound a bit. So as soon as we start seeing Kusama actually break above the $443 region, I would say definitely something to keep in mind. But yeah, no, you pretty much summed it up.
Yeah, and again, folks, we want that extra bit of confirmation. So we're seeing some signs here that we could see, bullish continuation because we did break out bullishly, but we want further confirmation. If we start to break down, if we break below 380, 390 here, that could be a sign that this bullish breakout is invalidated. So we want to wait for that confirmation. You always want extra confirmation so you can be more confident of the macro direction and the macro trend. So if you're okay with this, without further ado, let's start moving into the low caps here because we have some gorgeous low caps for you guys. Someone asked Vechain. We talked about Vechain earlier in the stream. If you want to go back, but let's talk about these low caps because this is what I'm excited about, man.
Guys, he woke me up in the middle of the night, man. I can't deal with this. This guy's waking me up every time.
I was calling Messi. I was like, listen, we need to live stream. We need to go live. We need to let the people know. I'm very excited about these picks. So one of these picks is Eternity, an NFT marketplace that has just begun to announce some major partnerships. Like one of the biggest ones is the Muhammad Ali Foundation. They're partnering with a lot of sports organizations. I'm personally not a huge sports person, so I don't know a lot of the people they're partnering with, but they're partnering with a lot of athletes. You have something to say there?
No, just for my mic. Just go ahead, man.
Okay, yeah, no, but look, folks, this thing, it's very interesting. Okay, this chart excites me so much. I don't even know where to begin. So I really like this thing for a few reasons because I love the story the chart is telling us. We had a massive run up when the first NFT hype wave came in. Lots of people FOMO'd in. Lots of people were buying into anything that they thought could pump. But then the NFT hype wave died down. A lot of people got shaken out. The NFT market started crashing. We had a massive pullback from all-time highs. We dropped, look at that, 81% massive sell-off, massive correction. But what are we seeing here? Large sell-off, large consolidation for a long time, and then a bullish breakout, and then higher highs and higher lows. Folks, textbook potential trend reversal pattern we are seeing. I love this pattern so much. Again, massive sell-off, and we're seeing that science. So if we can continue to make higher highs and higher lows, folks, I think this has room to go up. Very bullish on this thing long term. They still have lots more catalysts and partnerships still to announce. So I like this thing a lot. I was in a super farm. I still am in a super farm. I very like that project, but I actually sold a bit of my super farm just to diversify into Eternity, just for the sake of diversification, because I was heavy into super farm, but just kind of move my money around in the NFT space. I really like Eternity and super farm. Those are some of my top picks when it comes to NFT plays. So I really like this thing. Again, if you want to play this, one way you could play this is wait for maybe a higher low and then buy that higher low. So if we can fall back down here and kind of retest these previous highs and kind of hold this region as support, this would be a perfect buy region for me. So around $22.50 is where I would be looking to buy this thing. But if we start to make higher highs above these regions here, if we can get above these clusters of price action here, I think we're going for our next leg up if we can get above these regions. So yes, wait for that pullback. That would be kind of the best case scenario. But if we start to get above $28, this could really start to move to the upside. So keep Eternity on your radar. And look, I also want to preface this by saying, yes, there's opportunity here, but don't just go FOMOing away, folks. Follow, wait to see if we have a pullback here. And there's always risk in this market. Just because there's some potential of an uptrend here does not mean that the uptrend is guaranteed. So just be aware of that. Messin, I think you have something to say.
Yeah, no, I would say here as well, it does look pretty good. And definitely the most important level is the 26.7, because you can see here how this caused basically the uptrend before, right? Any break above this guy over here, maybe if we even go to the 4 hour, just to give Exactly. Yeah, so there you go. Went all the way up here, came back down. Again, got rejected off of this line, came back down. As soon as, break above this line over here, the 27, 26.8, 27, it just shot right back up. So you can tell how critical this level is. And as soon as we fell back down to it again after this massive uptrend, support at it. Tried to find a support at it. Didn't work. Stayed below it all the way since mid-April. And right now we're pushing above it. So that's the thing, I think. Man, this is looking really good because it does look like it is trying to push, and the buyers are in the market. And even if we're looking here at the daily, if in terms of also as well confirmation, I think this is enough confirmation, maybe for me, because I really trust the volume a lot, and just the way I think about it. Other people, might be looking at more like, oh, we need to see some crossover in the MACD, or I need to see maybe the RSI having higher lows as we move forward, higher lows. Yes, higher lows. So that's what it is right now. Looks like we are trying to push consistent. Buyers are coming in at a higher low, and it's okay for this to maybe go back down a bit, but even if it goes back down, add more. But overall, I'm assuming, man, as soon as we're at it right now as we speak, this could actually maybe start to go up sometime soon here. So I wouldn't really try to wait that much. I'm looking at, if you're looking here,
yeah, I see.
Yesterday's candle above average clearly, and then again the day before that above average, and then again here yesterday, complete. We're seeing retracement, so the sellers are in the market. We still have, this level is pretty critical, so you're gonna see people that try to get in here and either swing traded this, or they were just day trading it today, right now, yesterday, or the day before. We're having a bit of retracement as soon as we reach down to it, but we touched it multiple times. 1, 2, 3 times. Today we're at it 4 times. We'll see where we close, but I think as soon as we close above this guy again, this thing is trying to push back up to these higher levels. So very, very interesting. So thank you for waking me up, man. Although I hate it, but you woke me up. It's all good.
No, all good, man. I got you, bro. So look, folks, we have even more high probability setups that I'm very excited to share with you guys. All right, we're gonna delve into these, and I'm actually gonna end up buying one of these projects on this live stream. But before we delve into that, I'm seeing we have 151 people on the live stream. We have 71 likes. Folks, if you like this live stream, please do us that favor. Hit that like button, share down in the what is it, description below.
Just do something, guys. Just do something with this.
Just click on every link. Do that for us. We really appreciate that. So let's delve into our next pick here. So this is one I've been really shilling to you. We talked about this on our last live stream, but I want to keep talking about it because I believe it's really worth continually mentioning, because I'm very bullish on this thing long term, and it looks very interesting right now. So this thing, for those who don't know, is the Center Deck, essentially a low cap competitor to Basic Attention Token. They're trying to do similar things, but kind of tweak around the edges and kind of improve and optimize what Basic Attention Token is doing. So look, if we look at BAT here, they have a $2 billion market cap. If we look at Decenter here, they have a $20 million market cap. Folks, Q2 this quarter, Decenter is launching their mainnet and their browser. So one of the largest catalysts are coming this quarter for this project. It is a low capper. It's had a massive consolidation phase, near an apex, is likely to break out soon with giant catalysts only a few months ahead. Folks, keep this one on your radar. I wouldn't be surprised if over the long term, if they can release their mainnet and their browser, and if they succeed and they just don't crash and burn, I could 100% see this thing retest all-time highs and potentially go above. Again, that's not a guarantee. They may fail in launching their project, so that's a risk for sure. I'm not saying this is a guarantee. I'm saying there's potential here. So yeah, let me know if you got anything to add here. But we're essentially in this descending triangle in an apex. We're gonna have a breakout soon.
Right? No, I think you really summed it up right there.
I'm excited, man. Yeah, I'm very excited.
I love it, man. I love it. So the only thing I would say, yeah, you want to turn off your phone, man?
Yeah, my bad.
Come
my
on,
bad,
man. It's a professional live stream.
I had my stuff on you. It's just go ahead.
So yeah, so it's pretty much. So I guess here, let's say for confirmation for the peeps, for the people here, what are we looking at overall? We can tell here that 200 EMA was obviously acting as some sort of support. So any sometime soon here, we need to continue to see this to move sideways and break above. And if we're looking at a break above, for me at least, I don't know about you, if you want to let me know, but somewhere around the 34-35 cent is that confirmation for us that, hey, they're in right now. These guys are trying to push the price upwards, or what are we saying here?
I actually really like that range you mentioned, because at 35 we actually have a fib level right there, kind of 35, 36 to 0.05.
Hmm.
So yeah, no, whenever we have sideways price action also lining up with another indicator, that just serves us as further confirmation that that
Right.
range is reactive and very important. So yeah, no, I agree, man. Look, 35, 36 is that key resistance level we need to look out for. If we can get above that and hold that, yeah, I
Right.
think this is flying.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
agree. So yeah, I guess next couple of days here, we'll keep this on our radar. So make sure if you didn't join our Discord, make sure that you join the Discord. If you haven't really subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe. You like the video, you like everything. Just do us a favor, and we appreciate it. What's next?
100%. Do us that favor. So we actually have another low cap gem
One more?
that we're into. One more.
Goddamn.
We
Okay.
got even more for you guys. We actually were debating how many low cap gems to bring you guys. Messin was saying, there's too many low cap gems. We can't just give them all the low cap gems. They won't watch the next live stream.
Look, man. I think there's those 140 people have been really just watching this, so I say let's just give it to them.
Okay. So one thing before we move on to the next one here, I'm actually going to purchase one of these projects, buy more of one of these projects, and I'm actually going to buy more Decenter here. Okay, I really like Decenter. It is a low market cap, 20 million. Basic Attention Token is at 2 billion. They're essentially trying to be a better version of Basic Attention Token. Lots of important catalysts coming up. So while the safer thing to do would be to wait to see what way we break out, I personally like the fundamentals enough where, let's say we break down, I don't really care. I'm willing to hold this thing long term, and I have a high risk tolerance. You may not be willing to hold long term. You may not have the high risk tolerance that I do, but I like this project. I like the fundamentals, so I'm actually going to buy more of this project right now on the live stream.
Oh,
I'm
damn.
not going to show you guys. I haven't pulled up on the screen here. So I'm actually debating whether or not to go with 1 inch or Uniswap version 3.
Uniswap version 3, man. You gotta hop on the trend.
Okay, so I have it set up, but the gas fees are actually quite a lot right now. Oh, there's not even liquidity on version 3. Okay, yeah, so
Yeah.
it seems like there haven't been enough liquidity providers moving to version 3 so far. So let me try 1 inch here. I'll select the lowest gas fee. I'm very curious as to what the gas fees are right now. I'll let you guys know in real time what the gas fees are. $47 for the gas fees. That's really high, but you know what? I like this project so much, I'm gonna eat it. I just submitted an order. And there we go, confirmation. So I actually just bought some more Decenter.
$1 million worth of Decenter on the spot.
Definitely not $1 million. But yeah, no, I just bought some at around 27 cents here. So actually, let me write that down so I don't. Anyways,
Yeah.
I'll write this down later.
Yes, sir. So what are we looking at next besides that as well then?
Right. So without further ado, on Marshall. So, folks, on Marshall, another low cap gem. Let's actually let's see if we can find the exact market cap in this thing. Because we keep saying it's low cap, but what is the cap? 40 million or 39 million. So this is a low cap gem. I like this thing. For those who don't know, maybe you've heard of the graph. It's kind of like an indexing tool for developers. And Marshall is an indexing tool for DeFi. I like this thing. Very bullish long term. We've had quite a substantial correction here, forming a descending triangle, consolidating for quite some time. But what are we seeing? We're seeing a potential bullish breakout. We're seeing a bottoming out. We kind of, we weren't breaking below kind of like this $3.85, $3.80 region. Held at a support, bullish breakout. Right now, we're getting rejected off $5. So I think for me, if we can get above and hold $5, and that's an if. So once that happens, once we flip $5 from resistance into support and hold it, I think Marshall is really ready to start making moves to the upside here. What do you think, man?
No, I think so too. The only thing I would say, the volume is still pretty, I guess, a bit low right now, so we just need to wait on that confirmation. But that breakout is nice. So, and that's the thing with a bit of a lower volume. You know, if you're seeing a bit of a low volume, there's anything could basically move it, right? So it's more like interest or not. If you have a bit more sellers, this thing is really falling. If you have a bit more buyers, or any major whale can come in and just really move things around. But the breakout is pretty nice, and I think once this thing starts to pick up, some of the traders or some of the people that are just been interested in Marshall, I think this is it. So looks pretty good, man. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, I like it. And even if you just to be aware of some of the major resistance levels. So I think $5 is that next range, but also $6. And I love it. I love it when fib levels line up with price action, because again, it's just further confirmation of what's relevant and what's important to consider. So we have the 618 on it pretty closely with $6, and also this kind of very reactive level. You can see here how these candle bodies fully reacting off $6 here. These wicks fully reacting off $6. So I think if we get above $5, we're probably going to impulse up to 6. If we can get above 6, sure, we have different resistance levels. But if we can get above 5 and 6, the major resistance levels are behind us already. So if we get above 5 and 6, I think we have a good chance, a good shot of over the long term retesting all-time highs.
I agree. And there's a lot of hype, man. There's a lot of hype. There's a lot of hype. There's a huge, not that huge, but I guess it's a really good, substantial community that Marshall has behind it. So it's definitely something that when it picks up, when the news picks up, it really pushes. So keep that in mind.
Yes, and if something else to add here, there won't be another token unlock for a few months. We actually put out a video. I forget the exact title. It was our sell strategy with Marshall. Anyways, if you guys look
something clickbaity, maybe.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. But if you look up aMillionortheMoon in Marshall, you'll actually find our exact sell strategy with Marshall. There's a token unlock coming in a few months. I forget the exact date, but if you look up that video after this, you'll be able to find it. And so leading up to that unlock is when I plan on taking some profits with Marshall.
Yes, sir. Yes,
sure.
Sir.
Yeah. So folks, look, if you like this live stream, if you like our picks, do us that favor, like, subscribe, comment, share, hit every like button, hit every link, just click on every link down in the description. We appreciate it. Let us know if you like this live stream, if you want us to keep going. What do you think, folks? Should we keep going here? Should we keep bringing you guys picks or what? What do you think, Ben?
I think we should 100%. But even if there's something, even if something that you'd like us to change about where doing this, anything that are we spending maybe too long or a little? If you want to delve more into the technicals or more in the fundamentals at certain times, let us know. This is pretty fun for us. So any sort of feedback would be really good for us to improve. So. And we appreciate you guys watching, but let us know if I saw a couple. Maybe you can take a look at a couple of charts here from the the chat. Some people want to look at Charlie. There's
Charlie 3.
Yeah, right. Card starter. I don't see any card starter, but Charlie
card starter is nice. Yeah.
Let's see. Maybe if you want to pull up Charlie, and so we did Vechain, we did Marshall, Great Conquering. Would it be? Yes, I don't really see much besides that unless I'm not really looking into it. But Zilliqa, we haven't done Zilliqa in such a long time.
Let's take a look at Zilliqa. It's been too long since we talked about Zilliqa. We'll do Charlie 3, but let's also take a look at Zilliqa here because it's been a while. And,
maybe pull up Charlie on your end. I'll just pull up Zilliqa here.
Okay, perfect. What screen are you hovering on right now? Is it mine? Just so I know.
Yours. Yeah, it's yours.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so folks, I actually own some Charlie 3. This is one project I was shilling in the Discord group as well. I forget when. I think I was shilling it back over here when I was forming kind of like this descending channel pattern. I'm pretty sure this was when I was shilling it. So folks,
like a month and a half ago, I would say.
Yeah, around when it first launched. I think I shilled it like around here. So look, guys, if you guys want to support us, if you guys want to become a VIP Discord member, just join our Patreon. You get access through that. We talk about lookup gems. We talk about our setups. Definitely. And we talk to all our members regularly, so check that out if you're interested. And look, folks, this is one of the first oracles on the Cardano ecosystem. This is very clearly something that has a good potential of doing very well over the long term. And so once we have smart contracts launching sometime in August, these oracle plays and just any Cardano play, I think is really going to start to pick up around that time. So I'm definitely holding for the summer. Once some of these major catalysts start to roll around, major catalysts are always a good spot to take some profits. So if you're searching for a place to maybe think about maybe taking some profits from some of your positions, whenever Gogan launches and smart contracts on Cardano, that's probably going to be a very bullish catalyst. We're probably going to see an anticipatory run up with Cardano and a lot of the Cardano projects. So that's kind of one of the places where I'm looking to take some profits in some of my long-term positions. So just keep in mind. So and then a few other things here. We are forming this descending triangle. We did break up bullish. See, I like this price structure allow. We're making higher highs and higher lows after a breakout, after consolidation. If we take the height of the descending triangle, move to the breakout point, I think we could retest all-time highs here. Now, I want to do something here. I wonder,
What are you thinking of, man?
I'm trying to see where I can bust out fibs, because I love my fibs, but I don't like including the first day's price action because I'm very dubious about its relevance. And so I'll do it if it doesn't make sense, if I can't draw a fib level anywhere else.
And it makes sense why it wouldn't make sense, the price action right now, because of all the news and all that, at one point someone talks about it on YouTube, so those big guys start to talk about it, affects it, and maybe the technicals aren't like as I wouldn't say as effective. Like we can clearly see where the support and resistance is and the floor is at, but that last descending triangle you had, or I think that would pretty much sums it up to be something like that.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. I think so. I think that's pretty much it. Okay, there we go. Also, just one thing, I'm really struggling. One thing I'd want to add here is I think there's a bit of a base forming in this cluster of price action here at about just above $1.10, which we're kind of reacting off now. So if we can hold above $1.10, I think we're probably going to see more continuation. I would love if it was possible to look at the volume, like the VPBR, but you can't on DEX tools. Right. Because again, it'd be good for finding hidden support and resistance. But I think those are kind of some of the major things for now. Regardless, folks, I'm bullish on this thing long term. I'm not really looking to sell anytime soon. So for me personally, the technicals aren't as relevant because I'm not looking to trade this. So yeah, that's just my opinion.
Definitely. So
you have Zilliqa?
Take a quick look at Zilliqa. Let's
yeah, I'd love to, please.
So let's see right here. Boom. So what's crazy? Because we were looking at Zilliqa way back. I remember we were making those videos. I'm talking about Zilliqa every now and then. Yeah, man, we should have actually kept up with it, but ever since January we had this. We were taking a look at this, a break above, and it's been ripping, man. We're talking since 6-7 cents. So right now Zilliqa is sitting at 25 cents. 25. So you can tell here we actually did find we've been uptrending ever since, so that's pretty good. But let's look how much it actually did here overall. It's like a 350%. 350%, which is pretty good. But overall, you can tell that we topped out at 23.7, but overall it reached all the way to the 25. So 25 cents. So right now, the biggest things looks like so we've been trending down, Bitcoin, everything. The whole market's panicking. Pushed back up, find that support at the 100 EMA, and then we surprisingly actually start to move sideways for a bit. Looks like here that the 21 EMA, I would say the 21. So the 21 EMA was acting as that support as we ripped through this resistance we had for a while. So we just went all the way down. Boom! As soon as we hit the 100 EMA, right away pushed back up. Again, 21.3 cent is the region. We were struggling for a bit, almost 10 days, 8-10 days, and today, actually, we just pushed all the way up. Zilliqa is up 19%. And we need to see, is it going to close above this? This is the highest high that Zilliqa had. So let's see if this daily can, because I don't really think this is it yet. This thing has been uptrending, but it's been struggling along the way. So I think if we actually maintain this on the daily, if we maintain above the 23.6 level, we're going to have a new closing price. And we all know closing prices are extremely important, guys. Whatever happens between the day, obviously there's a lot of noise, but it tells you a lot. The daily, a lot of traders on those big whales, really look at those closing prices just to show you what the the confidence is in terms of the buyers or the sellers. If the open price and the closing price are far away from each other and there isn't a lot of wicks on the upside, that tells you that look, buyers are in the market. So you gotta keep that in mind always. I always like to look at the end of the day what's going to happen with this coin. Right now Zilliqa looks like it is quite some way above this. The floor we're looking at is the 23, and maybe if we look at the let's see here, and you can see the volume, guys. Volume has been really down below since 29th of April, and it's been a week, and not until today we're just ripping through. So it looks pretty good. So right now, if we're looking at the 4-hour chart, we'll see we had the this 3 4-hour chart candles before this. We had the highest close on Zilliqa at the 24.6. So I think what's gonna happen is, typically speaking, so anything can still happen, guys, here, but this is just you forecasting and preparing to what can come up next. I can easily see that there's some sort of a support here on the bottom, right? And yeah, the fact that this is a pretty significant level, I can see Zilliqa going up, trying to come back to retest and pull back up. Now, how much would it go up? What do you think? Do you have it pulled up?
I do. Now, one thing, man, I don't know if it's just on my end here, but I think maybe there's a bit of an issue with your Wi-Fi. I'd say if maybe turn off the Wi-Fi on your phone and the
Right.
other devices. You've
Am
been
I lagging?
again. I don't know if it's just my end, but I did
All right.
hear a little bit of lag. It could just be me.
Let's
But
see.
maybe like turn off the Wi-Fi on your phone or something. Um, but yeah, no, look, I don't have super clear price targets because I don't think we're forming any kind of clear pattern here in the short term that we
Right.
can base things off of. Ultimately, I just think if we can start to hold above kind of 25, 26 cents, I think we can clearly see bullish continuation. Now, something to keep in mind here is we had the previous cycle's all-time highs at 23.5 cents. So we want to maintain above that.
Right.
Honestly, I haven't looked at our indicators here, but I probably wager that we're overextended
Definitely.
and potentially be looking at a pullback just because we've impulsed up.
And
Never mind.
even I would say even as well, you can see also a very clear resistance right now. Sorry guys, this is just us, just discussing things over the charts. You don't have a clear target every time, and we want to make sure that you actually do understand that, because we like to, we don't really like to say, oh, hey, this is going up, hey, this is going. No, there's a lot of things, there's a lot of caveats you got to keep in mind, things that can go wrong, but. Overall, right now, even looking at the 12-hour chart, I think I don't know if you see it also on your chart, but I think there's a clear resistance up top, right? There's a pretty clear line that sellers have been reacting to. And I
Right.
think
Yeah.
based on this, Zilliqa can right now push back up somewhere closer to 27 cent. I think the psychological level would definitely be the 30 cent region. But right now, the fact that we closed above this price, I think it can easily get us to start pushing back up to these higher levels. Now, there will be some sort of resistance over here, and if I'm looking at this guy over here, can easily get us. I think we can easily get somewhere closer to 30 cent within the next, I would say, week or so for Zilliqa. So again, if we're looking at the 4-hour, we can see some sort of consolidation right now. We can see even going back down to this level over here and trying to find that support again, and it can go sideways until more and more buyers continue. But you can see the strength. So nonetheless, the strength is there. You can see buyers are in the market, and yeah, I think this will be a pretty reactive zone here. It could just push up all the way up right now, and then continue to go back down for a bit. Maybe form some sort of descending triangle or something like that. But I think right now it's not really pretty clear, at least for me, that where the next price target is, but I can forecast somewhere at the 28 to the 30 cent region.
Honestly, man, I'm trying to think about like how I could trade this. This could even be a potentially interesting trade because whenever anything has a large run up, a large impulse, I'm always thinking, oh, we could have a pullback. And pullbacks
Right.
are very tradable. Impulses are very tradable. So maybe maybe I don't see any clear or at least super clear long-term price targets.
Yeah.
But what I can see that's a little bit interesting is a potential trade opportunity here. So maybe if we can get the VP guard to cooperate a bit here. I don't know why it's really trying to be prominent here. Okay, so we're forming this, and this is very short term, folks. This is I'm talking about like a potential trade here. How I would approach a potential trade. Looking at the hourly here, we're very clearly just forming like this consolidation pattern. You can call this an ascending triangle. You can call this a channel. Either way, it's a consolidation pattern. We have very, very clear volume right below us at 24.5 cents acting as support. So let's say we were to fall below this and start making new lower lows. Well, I would be potentially looking at a short, maybe to, these regions here, or even this volume here. So, I mean, as a short, just as a trade, potential trade, I could be looking at maybe a 7% move, 12% move to the downside. So that's just I just want to share my 2 cents on how to approach a trade.
Yeah. So we definitely looks like we need to be a bit patient with it too. If you're
Yeah.
for day trading this or trying to, it could be also, Vegas reaching a resistance zone. So, you're looking at more. We want to see if that at the end of the day we need to see where that day is gonna close. But within those, you obviously got those nice opportunities to short and long, with the uptrend. So it's pretty nice. But yeah, maybe we'll do here one more chart if you're good. I guess we're at an hour 15 minutes. So
Oh wow.
yeah,
Okay.
we can go off here, man.
Yeah,
This
man.
thing is crazy.
Yeah, it's funny. We're like, oh, we'll do 20 minutes. We'll do 20 minutes.
That's the thing, guys. We're always saying the same thing. You know what? Hey, let's just go up real quick and just have a 20-minute maybe update, and then it just always keeps going further. But we love it, so that's the main thing. So yeah, maybe let's just pick one more chart here. Do you have anything on your mind, or maybe we'll just pick something from the chat?
I mean, maybe ETH, but hey, if you guys have any suggestions, do you guys want us to do TA on anything here? Maybe while we start to wrap up here.
We see Silo. I see Unite. Ethereum Classic. Theta. Theta looks pretty good if you want to.
Theta, we can take a look at Theta.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
And guys, look, I mean, if we weren't so time limited, I guess we can continue to go off overall and maybe have a couple streams a day, So let us know how much, if you actually like this, if this is something you like seeing on a daily basis, or what time works for you, what do you prefer overall, maybe even the format of how we're going about this. We'll definitely take that feedback and improve on everything. But yeah, and also make sure you join the Discord, make sure you join the YouTube, because and also hit the bell notification icon button, also, so you know.
We're on Audius now. Audius is a competitor platform to YouTube. So give us a follow on Audius. I believe we have a link down in the description. Oh, actually, we do not. Oh, I thought I put that on the automatic uploads. Okay, yeah, we'll add that later. But yeah, just give us a follow on everything. We appreciate it. So yeah, let's take a look at Theta here. Do you have anything pulled up on your end ready to go here? Because my chart's a little bit bare bones.
Let's see here.
I mean, there's some clear things I can see right off the bat here, but okay. Theta looks very interesting on multiple fronts here. Okay.
It does. I still have that chart where you draw the moon on it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Still, I guess it's still in that resistance zone for sure. We need to. Let's see here. So there's the daily. If I can share my screen, if you're still good, or
yeah, go ahead, share
whatever
screen.
you got.
Yeah.
But let's see here. So I'll just share my screen quick. Boom. So this is what we got. This moon right here, Brendan put it. So we're just gonna keep it. I guess this is the target level we're looking at, but looks pretty good. We found that support in the 55 EMA and we keep on pushing. We were stuck before in this descending triangle. We know the base at $11, I guess, is where was that support is at. And we fell, a couple of days ago, we fell below it again. So looks like we're trying to enter back that zone. We're trying to go above the $10, $11, back to the $12 region. And that's what the buyers are trying to do at the moment. So it's pretty clear support here. There's a pretty critical level, I guess, overall between, and you can't really just pinpoint one of them, because even if you're looking at the VPVR here, it's just all just peaks and peaks. So it's resistance after resistance, obviously, but it's at least showing you how critical this is. And you're not just gonna, when we say critical, I don't just mean important. I mean that don't expect to just slash through this. That's what the main thing. Don't expect this to go in, break above, and boom, right away continue to move out. It just tells you, look, there's a lot of price reactive. It's a huge or a very active zone, and expect to go above and continue just push through it. So this is what Theta's trying to do, right? for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days. We've been trying to pierce through it, and then at the end of it here, you're getting a somewhat of a wick telling you that the buyers are in, and rejected any price movement above the $11.5, and right away you're seeing a bit of a bearish sentiment back to these lower levels, telling you, hey, you guys need to get back down. You need to get back down to the $10. You can't really push back up. And right now, this is what we're seeing. So the previous candle from yesterday pushed back up to the 60% of the previous drop of the day before, and right now we're seeing a lot of indecisiveness. So does it look concerning? It definitely does. I'm gonna be honest, but it looks like we are pushing. Buyers have been trying to push. Volume is still relatively low. We need to see volume like this. We need to see volume like this where it just really peeks through and stands out. And sometime soon here, it really needs to do that theta. And if it doesn't hold, and if it goes back down to the $10, then I think there could be a movement downwards. So that's what I think. And you can see here how we were supposed to, in terms of the MACD, so in terms of the buying momentum, we were supposed to sometime here to continue to move up and have that, positive buying power in terms of the MACD. But it didn't, and we've been looking very choppy because we're at such a reactive zone. So keep that in mind. It's pretty interesting, but I do need Theta to break above the $11.50, and I don't want to see it fall below the $10.19. That's it. So back to your screen, if you have anything to say here.
I have things to say here. So a few things, a lot of lines going on, lots of things going on here, but one thing we can look at here that I think we can keep in our back pocket to try and gauge the momentum and where we're going to go, because there's a lot of support and resistance above and below us. It's very choppy price action. We can draw a lot of lines. Not a lot's clear, but I think one thing we can look out for to try and understand if we are to see bullish continuation or not is this white trend line here. We can clearly see how we're kind of forming a base of support at $11.20 here. So it's one kind of clearly identifiable level. See these candle bodies, these wicks fully reacting off this region here, even a bit here in kind of the more near-term price action. So if we start to get above that, that's our cue that we could maybe see more moves to the upside. Again, there's volume right now that we're flirting with, an EMA that we're above. So I agree with you. This doesn't look super confident. It looks kind of weak to me. So right. I think we're probably, or maybe, I wouldn't be surprised if we go for a bit of a leg down here, maybe to $9 zone, $10 zone, $9.90 at the very least, maybe retest lower extremities of this descending triangle. So that's what's going on with Theta.
I agree.
Yeah.
Shield, if that's how I guess Shield. Thank you so much, $5 donation. Appreciate it. You guys are the best. Thank you so much.
Oh no, you're the best. That's awesome.
No, you're the best. Let's go back and forth here. So look, man, I do feel bad. I think we can just have that one more chart for Joshua here. What is it called again? Crystal. Now I have no clue what crystal is. Do you know what that is?
Zero clue.
Is it on which exchange is it on? I'm trying to find it on TradingView.
Crystal. Here, but, what's the ticker? Give us the ticker.
Give us the ticker, man.
Crystal token. CYL. Is that what you're talking about? Crystal.
Uniswap. And,
wow, this is a low cap for $264,000. I bet you every one of us in this live stream could pump this coin.
100%.
Where is it listed? Folks, let's FOMO into Fat BTC. Let's all sign up.
Oh, hold up. He's saying, he meant our TA is crystal clear, man.
Oh,
so that's kind of stupid.
Watch this live stream. Just pump this random coin.
Oh man, that's crazy. Okay, no, I guess that's it, man. Then forget about it, Joshua. We're not doing anything for you anymore. This is it.
Yeah. So guys, look, let us know if you like the live stream. If you guys have anything else you guys want us to look at here.
But I guess might as well maybe wrap it up here soon. We're at that hour 20 minutes. So
that's right. We've gone quite a long.
Definitely. So, if you have anything else to say, I'm good here on my end.
No, that's it, man. Maybe we can live stream later tonight if you're down. Let me know.
Let's do it.
Because there's still so much more to look at, but it's been quite a while. So I think
Yeah, maybe whatever, we'll just look through this chat and we'll have something and we'll have a list of whatever we didn't look at. And then at the end of the day, we'll have another live stream here. So thank you guys for watching. Appreciate all the feedback, all the nice comments. You guys are the best. Make sure, if you haven't subscribed again, subscribe to the channel, join our Discord. And Chainlink, Chainlink is pumping, man. We've been saying.
I'm trying to take out a loan to buy some Chainlink right now, to be honest.
What the heck is wrong with this guy?
Not financial advice. Hey, look, people say that, but hey, Michael Saylor took out a $1.5 billion loan. Why can't I take out a loan?
There you go, 100%. That's all you need.
He pays less interest than I do, so
that's true. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Have a great day. Stay tuned, and we're out.
Take care. We need to come up with like some catchy, some like clickbaity, like outro, like "Into the moon we go," like some very like cringy.
No, this cringy as hell.
Let
us know, guys. Let us know.
I'll see you guys on the moon, something like that.
Yeah.
All right,
that's how you lose subscribers. Bye, guys. Bye, guys. This guy can go forever, man. Bye.